Hey, hello. I am back again, and this time not like super far in the future. Wow, look at me. It's only been a couple days, and I think I have a really good excuse. Not telling you though. Uh, just a couple days ago, in between last episode and this one, there was a little bonus episode that is. And in that, I just kind of rambled for the entire time. It was supposed to be like incredibly easy, don't even have to think about editing it, and then I made it annoying because I talked out of order. So still haven't actually touched that. But what we actually did while I was just yapping away is I believe, just in this little corral here, I dug and I dug far down. I had a lot to say and I only said like 1% of it, but whatever. I had a lot of fun doing that, and I'm looking forward to having a lot of fun today. All right. So I don't actually have the resources that I need for that. Uh, so I do need to actually do some of that grinding while I'm doing this. I'm hoping to do this in just like one take. Hopefully not have to make myself have another like month-long break and say that it'll just be tomorrow. You know how it is. Let's avoid that. Let's not get familiar with how it is. I heard something following me there. I was expecting another skeleton encounter in Skeleton Pit. But today, I think it's about time that we fixed up a problem that has been bugging me for so long. This place doesn't look good. Not because I don't like what I've done with this, because if I just like look at this is fine. This is nice. This is not okay. There needs to be at least like a wall here or something. So I want to figure out what I want to do with this place while listening to spiders continuing to fall in my ceiling. So this area is the entrance to the mine. So not quite sure what I want to do with this spot. I did not really plan this. I just kind of started recording. When have I done that before? But I'm just kind of basically experiment and see what I like doing here. So first of all, I want to kind of block off this area in its own way, because if I continue this pattern and I want to build out this way, and like I build into the wall here, I'm going to see furnace. I don't want to see furnace. So instead I'm just going to do that and kind of push it back a bit and give it a bit more natural separation. And I might even do like flat wall here, not like fully push it back, because that might be a bit strange looking, but then I don't know what I want to do for the wall itself. I think that's more to do with how I want the interior here to look. Because I can do this, and that way I can still have like an interior here and have the 3D elements, since the wall is going to be like pushed up here. But I can actually push that back because it might create like a weird little spatial thing. So I can push this back one actually. You won't really be able to see what I'm talking about right now since you can still see this, but like there's that wall here, and then I walk in and it's still in the same spot, and it doesn't feel as weird. It can kind of make this wall feel thinner than it actually is. I need that door closed. I do not want my base being blown up. But in terms of what block I put there, well, let's see. Let's experiment a bit with some of our options. I think one thing that's a pretty strong contender is stone slabs. So I can like put them like that, and that will look interesting. It's just what do I do for the block above? I do actually have a good amount of wool, so I could do something with that. I'm not using this yellow wool for anything. Wonder if that would be interesting. I kind of like that. I really like yellow, so actually using it here to add some color that isn't just brown into this would be very much so appreciated. It's just this place doesn't feel tall enough for it. You see what I mean? Like, there needs to be like another block on top for it to feel right. Actually, am I able to do that with trapdoors? Could I, like... You can't place it on top. Really? I could swear that you can, like... Nope. That's pretty annoying. So trapdoors are not going to be a fix. And there's no top slab, so that can't help either. I also just don't know what I'm doing with the roof yet. We should have a block of, like, lenience here. Yep, there's the classic spider spalling. Spider spalling from the spruce. From the spruce spruce. Okay, well, I think for now I just want to focus on this room before anything else. So we do actually kind of have a border here of... Well, we need to like, put this. So what's the area that we're working with? Got 2, and then we can do another 2, and I want it to be like very open, so I'm probably just gonna have like a bit of an archway here. I don't know of what yet, but can figure that out later. If it's like wooden, I can incorporate trapdoors like that to kind of smooth it out. That could be something. Since I can't... Okay, I'm turning down sounds. It's getting annoying. I'm sure it's not appreciated on your end either. But, I mean, for now, let's just, like, do this. And how does that feel? With, like, a bit of it more of an archway. You know, I'm just going to stick to it. I kind of want to just stick to it. And then do that. It's kind of strange. I don't know if I like the trapdoors. It'd be nice if I could get these to be actual stairs, but... I mean, hey, wool stairs are confirmed to be in the game eventually, but it's... well, that's 31 updates from now. So it's a little far away. That would require them to have double the updates that they do currently. Well, I'm kind of just walking around a bit lost here. Let's just leave this as it is. I can let it simmer in the background. What do I want to do for the floor here? I really don't know, because we have the oak floor here, which I don't really love. And this room can be a bit wider. I don't know if it can be much wider, just because we're going to run into the edge of the hill eventually. But I'm pretty sure this goes a good ways out this way. We can actually just quickly check if I can get through the enemies. Ah, no, we do not have that much space. We could definitely go out a bit more. That's a lot of zombies. But I don't think I want to risk it too much. Like, there's room to expand, but I don't want to use up all that room right now, you know? I do want to cover up this part, just so that it's not a bother. Let me just move this. Alright. Is there anything I can talk about while doing this? No, because I need to immediately get into decision making, and that is tough. So I just need to clear this last bit, and then we are ready to put in a floor. Maybe I put in the walls first, but I don't have that much yellow wool. So, what am I thinking for the floor? Let's see what blocks we even have available. Got dirt, sand, stone, gravel, wool, pumpkins, I guess, wood, And sand that's in the wrong place. Interesting. Not many options, huh? We've kind of gone with all the other stone variants around here. I could do some kind of wool floor, but not quite sure yet. And of course there's other blocks that I can technically get. I could use snow. That's an option. Do I want to use snow? Not particularly. I'm kind of envisioning this to be a bit more like a casual room. So like I don't want like snow is like the closest thing we have to like marble. So it ends up looking a little too fancy in this version, and otherwise it'll just eventually look like snow on the floor, which I really don't want. I've got like I'm just trying to think of how to complement this palette. I either go for like muted yellow with sand or sandstone, or I lean into the wood a bit more, but I don't want to lean into the wood a bit more since we have it right here. So I think sandstone is probably the best option. We have a good amount of sand, I just need to go grab it. But let's quickly see how we feel about sandstone on the floor. Let's like I kind of want it to be darker than this stone. Yeah, I don't know if I actually like the sandstone. I was expecting to like it a bit more than I do. Okay, what are our other options? We could continue stone brick, but I don't want it to be like stone brick-y. I really do think that like wool's probably the best option. But I think for now I'm just gonna go with cobblestone. I feel like that might not look too bad. Let's just palette it out. Yeah, that's not too bad. I don't mind that. Let's, I guess, begin on filling this out properly. Which means I need to tear out these walls, and every once in a while I need to go pick up some yellow wool. I think we only have one sheep that's yellow. Yeah, there it is. Unless one of these guys are who don't have any wool right now. Oh, would you look at that? That's really lucky. Gonna need a lot of yellow wool, so maybe I'll... Wow, they sent me the opposite direction. It's real annoying to get out of these pens. Might want to come up with a better system for that, but don't know how much of that is relevant right now, or possible right now. Do we have any in the plants? Yes, we actually do have one more yellow dye. Let's go set that up. And speaking of set up, something I've been doing today is setting up my new Switch 2. That's very fun. Can't replace one of the pink guys. That's one of the other things we need to farm this episode. I guess unlucky, come back later. So I've been setting up my Switch 2, and I've been making a point of doing it completely on my own. And oh boy, was that a decision to make. It's been pretty rough. It's not been an easy task. And I managed to solve everything. I managed to get everything in, and I'm really glad that I did it all myself. And then turns out that the SD card that all of my data on the Switch is on isn't compatible with the Switch 2, which means I need to somehow solve that, and I don't know how to do that this second. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. But it's a problem that needs solving because I don't want to lose all of my save data, believe it or not. I don't know why I'm being careful not to excavate these top parts. These parts need to go too. We'll work here. Just start lighting this up. So I'm glad that I have Switch 2. I don't have any games that are exclusive to it, so I'm not doing anything new, and I've generally preferred playing emulated nowadays, just because it's easier to mod without Nintendo trying to kill me for having the audacity to use my product how I wish, that I paid for. Well, it was a gift, but, you know, actually no, I did partially pay for it, technically. I don't know what I'm doing with this wall yet. This is probably going to turn into a proper staircase, but at least for now, we'll just fill it in as if it was anything else. Oops, did not mean to do that. So I don't have any games that are exclusive to it that I don't already have another platform that I'm playing it on. Though some games aren't compatible with emulators very well, so I guess there's a couple that I'd have to play on Switch. Actually, I want to fill in what I can with this, and what I can is this spot. Into the mines. Nice, now we got a little corner properly completed. But let's go get some more wool. So I don't have any games that I need the Switch 2 to play. I don't have any upgrades that I currently have. I definitely could upgrade my Xenoblade Definitive Edition to Xenoblade Definitive Edition Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. Rolls off the tongue so easy. So I could do that, but I'm not currently. I would like to actually finish X before letting myself play any other games. I could technically get the X Definitive Edition, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, but I don't want that because it's. I've not heard anything good about it, unfortunately. Nice progress. So, yeah. And then I also just can't play any of my existing games in the first place because almost everything is on that SD card. So that's a bit of a bummer, but depending on how things go, I might try and get Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, because I've been wanting to play that game. And I now have a Switch 2, so I'm able to do that. So there is the main thing that I needed to, or not needed to, but wanted to talk about. And now it's time to figure out what I'm doing with the rest of this episode, because I kind of did the part that I needed to, or at least the part that I planned. I just wanted to have that area exist, but I've kind of done that. I just need to grind for yellow wool now. And I can breed up the cows while I'm here. Oh, I messed it up and now... Oh, no, they might have fixed some of the breeding stuff. Breeding's super jank in 1.0. It, like, barely works. I don't love that it snows here. I really hope that's fixed in a close version, because I don't want this... Because this is just a taiga biome. This is not a snowy taiga. So I'm hoping that when the snowy taiga exists, this turns into a normal taiga and it stops snowing here. So, there is that. There is this. Congratulations, I did it. I definitely want to push this room out by one. It's bugging me. I don't want to have a 2-wide mine. I want to have a 3-wide mine entrance. Because I don't want a 2-wide room. Just kind of bugs me. So, gotta mine that out. Other than that, I don't know how much immediate stuff I have to talk about. Yeah, I'm just glad that I'm back here playing the game again. It's been way too long, and it's way too enjoyable for me not to be playing it often. And I am glad that I am doing this. This has been on my to-do list for forever. I absolutely hate just having, like, an ugly part of my base just for no reason. Wait, I already dug this part out. Did I? Yeah. Then this is the... I'm confusing myself. Just place in the things. I go here, and then this doesn't need to be here, and now we have 5 wide. Okay. So, this still does need to be dug out. Okay. Unconfused myself. Lovely. Do I have enough cobblestone? Yes. Well, of course I do. I dug it all out. Yep. But I feel like pretty soon, uh, whoa, oh, because I haven't put this in yet. I was wondering why it expanded by 2. I'm pretty excited that there's a bunch of stuff going on at the moment, or that's coming out soon. So I don't think that my interest in this and like my full undivided attention towards this is gonna last for very long. It's already not here in the first place. So yeah, I'm thinking of turning this into like my main area uh, that I go into, and this just is like a entrance area. And I'm thinking of kind of transitioning that out, but I need to interrupt myself to go pick up more wool. And I think I already talked about some of the stuff that's on the board. Maybe I'll try and like interpret some of the old stuff so I can finally mark that off. Because that's been on there for way too long, and I will feel weird removing it without talking about it first. Or at least talking about something related. Wow, we got a great haul there, a whole 1 wool. But it'll be better in the morning. Gonna lock ourselves away in here. I can fix that. Wow. Yeah. All right. And I think or here let's look at the stuff and also take out the iron and put it into here. Actually, I kind of need the iron resupply. Nice. So what's on the board? One Piece. I don't remember, but I think when I wrote that, One Piece had just come off of its break and had started season 2. Uh, so I need to actually read all of these. I did not, flip. Okay. Team GC Money and Carp. Okay. So One Piece. Yeah, I think season 2 had just started around that time. I believe it's just ending now. We've had a whole anime season since I wrote that, I'm pretty sure, which is ridiculous. Uh, it's been really good. I'm enjoying Elbaf. It's very exciting to finally be here, and I'm not going to say anything more because I don't want to spoil people. Uh, One Piece is great. I love it. Yeah, great. Flip is a very interesting thing to write down because that was uh, Flip is a Minecraft YouTuber that I want to watch the hardcore series of and had wanted to, but it was just kind of hard to. Oh, we got a cave here. Does this go anywhere? Goes to you. Uh-oh. I thought it opened up a new cave. That would have been funny. Well, quick resupply of dirt, I guess. Uh, yeah, this goes up and around, and yeah, this is a whole thing. All right, let's mark this with like pink wool or something as a place to explore later. Because I do want to do another mining episode. I think maybe we'll go through that cave since it's right there. And that pink wool's going to bother me until I actually go and do it. But Flip does a hardcore Minecraft series. Uh, I think the world's like 3 years old now. Uh, it started like right at the beginning, I believe, of like the whole phase of Minecraft YouTube where hardcore started becoming the big thing. Uh, but it was clearly just made to capitalize on the views of that and not so much to capitalize on the like format, as it's a lot more slower paced and I mean not really that much honestly. I don't know. I don't need to defend it. It's good, in spite of it being a hardcore series, which is kind of a red flag nowadays, or at least Vanadays. But it is actually high effort. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make. And it's very long. There's a lot of episodes, and I kind of couldn't keep up at one point just because it's like 40-minute videos and I didn't have a second monitor to put them on while I went and did something else. It required my full attention or for me to be on my phone. And I prefer not being on my phone if I can help it. So now that then that I had a second monitor, I started watching them, and I really, really enjoyed it. I kind of stopped because I ran out of things to do while watching a video, so that went with it. And with how much good stuff is coming out nowadays, yeah, I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, sadly. Let's do the torch trick to get rid of this gravel, because it's going to be annoying. Let's just patch that up, because that's bugging me. I think there's a torch here. I'm going to have to fix these torches properly at some point. I'm going to like make this whole mine look a good bit better, but for now I'm just mining it out. Trying to avoid the fact that I don't know what to do with the ceiling. I mean, I think if I'm going to do anything with the ceiling, I want glowstone first. I want glowstone for decorating so bad. I don't need to dig that part. And that's still a ways off. We need to progress quite a bit before we get to the nether. And there's still a lot that I want to do before then. So I guess I should maybe try and find some alternative things. But also, I like the way that glowstone looks, and I want to put it in my main base. I don't actually know if this is going to end up being my main base in the future. I mean, almost certainly not. Well, maybe. I don't know. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling in the future. Right now, there's no desire in me to change where I live. Other than, actually, there is a desire, and that's to get out of the snow while it's being all annoying and makes it impossible to do work outside. Unless I want the video to be unwatchable. Which, believe it or not, I want it to be watchable. What was the other point? TMGC Money. I was still playing TMGC, the Morrow's Golden Country. I'm just going to assume that I've talked about it before. The Fire Emblem 8 ROM hack that I dearly adore. And I was doing a playthrough, an incredibly grindy playthrough. Hey, you can kind of guess why some of these things are connected. Where I'm trying to make the absolute most money, as in have the most money by the end of the game, the absolute maximum. And oh boy, is that a tall order. It is incredibly grindy. It required me to beat the game first to unlock the perfect luck mode, so that I don't have to spend hours and hours and hours just trying to rig the RNG with save states, which is what I did. I spent like 20 to 40 hours or something ridiculous just rigging RNG in the first couple chapters so that I could grind people 1 XP at a time all the way up to the level cap. Or at least until they stopped taking damage. That was honestly quite fun because I was doing stuff on the side and it was just something for me to do with my hands. And I had a lot of fun with that, but I've kind of dropped it now. I burnt out pretty bad. I wonder why, of TMGC and Fire Emblem in general, which is why my, what's it called, Seal of Flames playthrough kind of just stopped. I don't know if I'm going to come back to that. I'd like to. I'd like to finish what I started, but at the same time, there's been a bunch of major updates now. Oh, I'm losing iron. Let's go drop things off up at the top. There's been some major updates. Some chapters have been outright removed, and it's a little awkward. And before doing that, I kind of want to check in with the community around it a bit more to just see what the general vibe is, see if there's other people doing playthroughs, because if so, I don't worry so much about myself. Because I was the only person playing it until a much larger YouTuber than me started streaming it. Okay, good. We've met the pink wool requirement for this episode. That's good. And I can put away all this cobblestone, not the iron. I'll keep that on me. It seems it's just turning, or day or night? I don't really know. Should be turning day. Yeah. which means we can go harvest our sheep. Whee! So, yeah, TMGC money. I eventually switched the playthrough over to Perfect Luck, and I got to a chapter in which there is it is survive, so there is a hard turn limit, and there's a lot to do on the map. It's already the hardest map for the challenge in like since the very beginning. But then there's also reinforcements on the last turn, 3 of which who need to be stolen from. But I only have 2 people, or I only have 1 person who's capable of doing that. There is technically, I can technically do it. It's just, it would require some crazy movement, and I just did not have the energy to fully figure that out because it's an insane difference compared to previous chapters. It went from being, okay, just like do it optimally and just grab all the things and move on, quick dopamine rush, to, okay, this is like serious, difficult tactical maneuvering. And I need to do it all while never using a weapon. So it gets pretty intense, and it would already be the hardest chapter even without the last turn reinforcements that make it really tough. And I don't know how good the documentation on the game is either, so I'm not really able to have all these resources. I have to make all the resources on where things are, when things happen, all that myself. And that was just all a bit too much for me at the time. So I think it's fair that I dropped that. I'd still love to come back to it. I still think it's an incredibly interesting and fun run. It's just not something that I feel I'm super capable or willing to do at the moment. Ooh, we got some extra iron here. Nice. Replace all the pickaxe durability. Ooh, more so. And that's this grindy task done. And I'll put this here. Alright, I will actually go down just a bit more. Because I can. And the last thing is carp. Oh! Okay. Hopefully there's not more of that that's directly in the way. I don't mind if it's just adjacent here. I can just quickly use the water bucket to turn it into obsidian to solve our problems. Yeah, carp. Magikarp Jump. It is a mobile game where you train a Magikarp to jump high. It's as simple as it sounds, and I just got like really into it for a while because it was super simple, and I have this tendency where I love to get really good at mobile games that do not deserve being really good at. Not like competitive games, just like single player stuff. Nothing with any kind of community or anything, just simple stuff because I don't know, I'm crazy. Oh, sorry about that. I'm gonna actually grab all this. I also need the coal kind of badly. But first, I want to check to make sure there's no extra iron here. Nope. Oh, it's thundering. Oh boy. Oh, and we got some extra iron for our troubles. Nice. But I've recently kind of stopped playing it because it just got super unrewarding. I'm at the second to last official league. And I don't know. I enjoyed the game a lot. I just eventually moved on because I was playing it quite frequently for like a whole month. So I think it's fair that I take a break of it. I do hope that I come back and like actually fully complete it though, because I would like to not have all that effort wasted. It's not like I was having fun for most of the time. Most of it was just drive to like do something, you know? Is it already done thundering? I only heard that one bubble. I don't see. No, it is snowing. I'll look down and hopefully not run into a creeper. I think it is just raining right now. Oh no, that looks like thunder. Well, I think we're just about done here. with the episode. I think I'm gonna... Oh, nice. Let me over there, please. Mob bushing is so aggressive in this version. Oh, I need that yellow wool. I'd like to... Hopefully you can't hear the barking in the background. If you can, that's annoying, but also really, really funny. Because the person whose dog that is currently watching the video. I'm being shot at. Oh, more yellow wool. Skeleton, go away. I do not enjoy your presence here. I'm gonna go grab that yellow wool. And then we also need to take a pilgrimage over to the build site, or like the shrine site, I don't know, to go and... Oh, you can definitely hear the barking, I'm sorry. I can't do anything about that. I mean, I could maybe like wait a bit until she stops, but I don't want to do that. I've done this all in one take. I'd like to keep it all in one take. Oh, we've got a full stack, but we only need 42 of it. So let's go head over, and the very last item will be donated next episode, and I don't know what it should be yet. I would put like a call to action here, but I'm probably going to record that episode before I upload this one, and then also give it time to get like feedback. So, okay, I need this guy not to blow up, and I need to kill him quick because there's a spider here. Okay, good. Yeah, this one little hill and valley are as dangerous as ever. Wow. Nice. I do also want to work on this bridge a bit more, pretty it up a little bit more, because I mean, this sucks. Hey, I can just do this right now. There we go. Alright, it's now suddenly so much nicer to look at and so much quieter. Okay. I kind of don't want to fight people right now, especially because my sword's going to break. Okay, skeleton needs to go with priority. I don't have any words to say, just No, my iron! I was not fast enough. Oh, that's a huge explosion. Oh, no. That sucks. I'm gonna have to come back here with like a bunch of... Wait, no, I have a bunch of sand right here. Alright, let's fix this. Let's fix this before I end the episode. I need a torch here, and then I want you, and then drop down onto you. I'll put away some of the mineable stuff, and I will take a couple stacks of sand. And you know what? I'll take the sandstone with. Alright. Now, let's quickly fill in the creeper hole. And in the wise words of the guy that I watched yesterday, nobody wants to watch somebody fill in creeper holes. So I'm glad that you're doing it anyways. Thanks. I don't want to cut the video right here at the end. You can deal with it. You've dealt with my ramblings long enough. This is not the kind of thing where I cut out the boring stuff. This is the kind of thing where I talk over the boring stuff and maybe entertain you. Alright. Let's kill this guy. Alright. Nice. And then we can end the episode now. I'll see you next episode. Bye.